How we doing, guys? Oh, I haven't done a video from the front porch for a while, but it's a little windy out here. Hope that don't mess up the video, but other than the wind, it's not bad in southeast Missouri today. A little overcast, whatever. So this topic came up, and I'd been meaning to do a video on this anyway, so let's just do it. Flatbed work, why I do it, or I'll talk about flatbed work in general, and then the question was kind of how to get into it. And that's not a one size fits all answer. That really depends on the individual. So let me just talk about why I'm in it and how I got in it. I guess we'll do the how I got in it. I took a long break from it, of course, working for UPS all those years, but way back in the day, black and white television days, maybe not that long, but you see, I got some gray hair, man. I'm getting old, and flatbedding ain't as easy as it used to be. And when you're in your 50s, I'm right there. I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 this year. This coming year, 49. So I grew up as a farm kid, ranch kid. So we were always just kind of hauling crap around. Hay, tractors, equipment, on semi-trucks, pickup truck trailers, whatever. And it kind of progressed into that, I didn't take any specific training. I kind of learned through the school of hard knocks, came up that way. And then when I started driving, man, I actually, I'll do my whole driver story someday, but I kind of started in log trucks for a little bit and then went into hauling. I was a bull hauler for a little bit and pulled drive-ins, reefers, did some cement truck work, hauling gravel and belly dumps, stuff like that, off and on. And part of that was flatbedding. A big chunk of that was flatbedding. So I did that for several years. And back then, when I came up against something, it wasn't like you got now, man. We're on YouTube. Here, take this down, man. And I use it. I have not hauled every load. And I don't think anybody out there, unless they've been flatbedding for 40 years, can say they've hauled everything. But I still come up on stuff I'm not too sure about. And if there ain't someone right there to ask, or I can't get a hold of one of my friends that have probably done it, go to YouTube. I swear to goodness, there's probably a dozen videos for every kind of load there is out there. Watch a few of them. Some are good, some are bad. Some are put out by guys like me. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any securement videos, man. I'm a hack at this. I don't have a tripod or nothing to set my phone on or a camera. There's a lot of guys that do that. They're really good at it, man. I don't think I'm ever going to progress to that point. So I'm not set up to do like, hey, let me show you how to tie this off or tarp loads. I'm not there. I don't know if I'll ever be there. But there's a ton of good videos out there. Some are done by individuals. Some are done by companies. Some, TMC's got videos out there. Decker, JJ Keller has videos out on YouTube. So get on YouTube if you can't. If no one's there to help you, man, just get on YouTube. You're probably going to be all right. You'll find a video that covers what you're trying to do. So we're kind of getting into part of how to get into it or how to do it. So that's kind of how I came up. When I was doing it, I kind of just had to. It's just really a common sense thing, man. I mean, and that's kind of a dying thing nowadays. But I did it just through the school of hard knocks, and still kind of do it that way. Just common sense, figure it out. It's not rocket science. Make sure it ain't gonna fall off the dadgum trailer. Throw more securement stuff than you need to. If you're not sure and you think it's 8 straps, throw 10. Whatever. The object at the end of the day is stuff not falling off the trailer. Okay, pretty simple, right? So back then, I just had to call people, ask people, and we didn't have cell phones, man. So if I was at a shipper, I was like, oh boy, I got to at least get it to the truck stop because I had to go to a payphone. That's just how it was back then. I've been around long enough. So why do I do it now? Since I'm semi-retired and I'm not necessarily working for the money because I'm blessed financially, why flatbed? Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't know, flatbed's tough, man. I was loading at a steel mill the other day. It was hot in there. You got to wear long sleeve shirts and everything, all your PPE and stuff. I was like, what am I doing, man? The fat kid was dying. So, but why do I do it? I just don't like, I don't want to. I don't want to call people door swingers. I just don't like big warehouses. I'm tired of loading docks. I've been there and done that. I like the challenge of flatbed. Uh, I battle my weight, have for many, many years, so I need the exercise. It would be very bad for me to just sit and drive all day and not do anything at least every other day. You get a pretty good workout flatbed, and if I was to go the other route and get on a van, reefer, or tank or something where I didn't do anything, man, I'm afraid I'd balloon to 400 or 500 pounds, and I'm big enough. I don't want to do that. So yeah, it's tough, but it's rewarding. And the other reason I do it is it's kind of more go, go, go. There's not, yes, I'm not going to say you're never going to wait, but you're not going to go to one of those 1,000-door warehouses and be there for 8 hours. Most of the time, it's in and out flatbedding. It's pretty much go, go, go. Now, don't think it's always like that. You're going to have waits. I waited 2 or 3 hours just the other day. That's still not 8 hours. Yes, you could get held up for 8 hours flatbedding. Okay, it can happen, but it's not the norm. Whereas in dry-van or reefer or something like that, that kind of is the norm. 4, 5, 6, 8 hours. That's just like, that's going to happen to you once a week or something. And I don't like that, man. I get bored sitting around, I guess. So that's a little faster pace. I don't know. I take pride in it, man. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody will do it. You can't be lazy and be a flatbedder. I'm telling you right now. If you're not motivated to work and hustle and drag tarps around and all kinds of weather, don't get into flatbedding, man, because this is not an easy way to go. This is not the relaxing, chill. You got to work your butt off, man. You really do. Now, sometimes you get nice, easy loads. You just throw some straps and go, but prepare yourself to work, okay? And I don't mind working. I think it's good for me. Well, let's get into how would you get into it. It depends on the person. Now, the guy that asked the question on Facebook, I think he said he already does RGN work. You're good to go, man. You got your basics, okay? If you're already strapping equipment to an RGN flatbed, it's going to be an easy progression for you. Someone like you, and I don't know you, but I'm going to say you probably don't need any specific training. You could just order, and I might catch some hate for this, but I think you could probably get away with just keeping your eyes open. Go get J.J. Keller's securement package. There's a book and a sliding chart, and I think there's even a video. I don't remember. But that book goes through a lot. Get on YouTube and spend a lot of time on there. Just clicking around watching videos. How to tarp, how to haul steel coils, whatever. You could probably just go that route and figure it out. And if you or someone like him already has their own truck, then just go to a carrier. Unleashed a CRST. If you have a truck, and boy, I should ask this, but I know their lease purchase guys, they have a whole week-long securement class. It's kind of a crash course. I don't know, for someone who's never flatbedded, we'll get to that in a minute, or have no experience whatsoever in it, I'm not sure that's enough. But a guy like him, I think, call them up and say, I want a flatbed, I got my own truck. They'll probably put you through that class, get you going. I'm sure there's other companies that'll do that to you, do that for you. So to that guy, or someone like that guy, if you have some common sense, spend a little time studying YouTube, look at trucks going down the road, see how they're tying stuff off. Ooh, boy, I don't know. That can be a mixed bag because I see a lot of poorly secured loads. But anyways, I think if you got your basic fundamentals, you could do that. Let's get to a guy that's never, ever flatbedded, okay? And presumably a company driver that does not own his own truck yet, but is thinking about maybe going that route, or just wants to get into flatbed and open deck stuff. The best way to do it is go to a company and get trained. The aforementioned way, that's not for you. If you have no experience, you've never messed with chains and binders, except maybe hauling a car on a U-Haul, that wouldn't count. you should really take the time and spend a few months, or at least a couple, 3 months, going through their class and out with a trainer and stuff. I'll just throw a few names out there. In my opinion, the best in the business, and I've heard some horror stories about the company, like you can get fired for walking across the grass at the terminal. And I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if they're really hard to work for, or if they even treat you good. But this I do know. They have excellent equipment, slow as heck. I think they're governed at 62. But they are fanatical in the way they secure loads and tarp. 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 are picture perfect. So if you go to this company, I feel confident, and I've never worked for this company, I don't know anything about them, never hardly even talked to any of their drivers. But just from my observation, you will absolutely learn the correct way to do things, and that is TMC. There's a few of their drivers that have videos out on YouTube, so TMC would be my number one recommendation. I hope they're not brutal to work for, but just from what I see how they do things, you're going to learn the correct way there. I even look at TMC drivers and go, "Dad, come it, man." It makes me strive to do better. I don't like to be outdone by anybody, so I see them TMC guys tarping their stuff. I can get it that good. I'll get out an extra 20 bungees. I'll do it. Maybe it's a competition thing. I don't know, but top-notch flatbed outfit from what I see. They got nice trucks too. Next, these two would be in a tie. I think they're both great. Maverick and Melton. Decker also does some flatbed work. Out west, Central Point. They're out of Oregon. Systems Transport. They're out of Spokane, Washington. They have some other terminals. I know I'm going to miss a few, but go to one of those companies and pay your dues. Pay your dues. Learn how to do open deck work, and then progress from there. It's about all I have for getting into flatbed stuff and why I do it. So that's my 2 cents on the deal. I'm not the be-all, end-all of anything. I'm not the foremost expert on anything. It's just one man's opinion, and I've been around a long time, for whatever that's worth. So there you go. That's the best answer I can give the guys that have asked me or curious, why do you do flatbed work and why do you want to get into it? The other reason is, and this is not my primary mission in life, but money. You're going to make more money flatbedding, okay? Flatbed drivers, owner, operator, company driver, don't matter. You're going to make more money doing flatbed work than you are, say, dry van or even reefer. The reefer guys are going to freaking throw a cow on that. And there's some good money in reefer if you own your own truck. Company driver, not so much. But overall, because it is more labor intensive, because it requires a special skill set to load things and have them not fall off the trailer, you have to know how to secure them correctly. Because it requires that, flatbed pays more overall. And you're not going to have to run as many miles. Flatbed guys, they're not out there cranking out 3,000 or 4,000 miles a month, a week, for the most part, because we're working, man. So it takes us an hour to load, sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how bad it is, just to secure it and tarp it. That 2 hours to load and tarp. If you're really fast, I used to be really fast. I'm old and slow. I'm not that fast anymore. I can get stuff done. I can load and tarp a load in an hour if it's not terrible. But that's moving right along. So you're looking at an hour or two to load. Then an hour-ish, you can usually unstrap and fold up stuff faster than you can put it on, but you're still an hour, maybe 2 hours. So it's a lot of work time, and I like that because I need to exercise. So, for at least an hour or two, a couple times a week, man, I'm sweating and getting my heart pumping, and I need that. A fat kid's fat enough, so it's keep me from getting fatter. So you're going to make more money because you're going to put in more work. So overall, flatbed freight pays a lot more than dry van freight, and for good reason. So, all right, I hope this helps. If it doesn't, sorry about that. I can only tell you what I think, what I know. Might not be worth nothing to you, but all right, I gotta wrap this up. Spend a little more time with the family. It's Sunday afternoon. We roll out early in the morning. We're headed up to Cleveland. Load going up there, decent paying load, and get some work done on a truck. Yada yada yada, and then it'll probably be a short week for me. I'll probably go up to Cleveland. Have Ryan. I'll get to see. Load Monday tomorrow. I'll deliver Tuesday in Cleveland. Be at Ryan's Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday. Probably load Thursday. Come back, unload Friday, and take the weekend. So it'll be a short trip. But it's 2 and 2. So for 4 days worth of work, I'll make $4,000. It's not terrible. It's not the best lane in the world, but it's it's not a killer week like I had last week, but it ain't bad. All right, guys, you have a good one. God bless you. Bye now. How do you stop that sucker? I'm such a hack boy. I think it's this button. See ya.